started this whole menage. This
Really?
was my grandfather's. When I was 12 years old, he said, "Someday this will be yours, Tommy." And I look at it and I go, "What is it? And why do I want a big old heavy thing like that?" That was in Napa Valley, St. Helena.
Wow.
And years later, I found a few more of them. And after I started collecting the engines, I went down to St. Helena and brought it home. And let me saw up a piece of wood if I can make it run.
Well, let's see if it'll go. So that's the choke down there, huh? Well, Tom's not here to describe it, but this is his sprinkler collection of these automatic sprinklers, if you will. And as they go around, they'll travel across the yard. And he's got quite the collection. And I've seen others from his collection that are still back in storage somewhere. So this is not the extent of his total collection. But this is pretty cool. Here, can you tell me what it is?
It's a Fairbanks Morse 5 horsepower, and it's hooked up to an air compressor.
Wow.
And the belt's not on right now, but
that's how it works.
What it does. Yes, I'm Spike Cronenberger from Chiloquin, Oregon.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Yes, thank you.
My last name is Cronenberg, so we must be
Cronenberg?
related some way.
Yeah, just the burger's missing. Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, this looks like a great outfit. You obviously have a washing machine. What's your name?
Dan.
Dan? Thanks so much for showing us this. What year would this be?
I don't know what year this is. I would say it's in the late 30s, early 40s.
My mom and dad had one with a 2-cylinder opposing engine Maytag.
Yeah, the later ones had a
Oh, they
2-cylinder.
did?
Yeah.
And this is an earlier one then. I think they had a safety thing on the thing too.
So you couldn't get your hand in?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess a lot of people said, ouch.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. What's this rig you got in the back?
That's a Fuller and Johnson pump jack engine.
A Johnson what?
Fuller and Johnson pump jack engine.
Oh, okay.
That would sit over the well and work the pump up and down and pump your water out of your well.
That is totally cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay.
gonna video me or take pictures?
I want to get a video of you, so if you can tell me your name.
My name's Tony McNeil.
And Tony, what can you tell me about this machine?
This was handmade by Bill Peterson using various parts. Flywheels are from a antique coffee grinder
Wow.
and runs on a buzz coil.
Okay. About what year did Bill make these?
I think he probably made this about 20 years ago.
Okay. I understand he's getting up in years, but he's just very creative and made a ton of engines. Is that right?
He's made a bunch. I'm going to say probably 25 or 30 of them, and they're all unique and different. And
Yeah.
you start with a piece and build an engine around it.
That's very cool. Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
No problem.
Hey there. What do you got here in the truck?
So this is an International Harvester LBA. It's about 2 horsepower.
That's very cool. And what's your name?
My name's Dan.
Dan, and who's your buddy? Okay, and he gets the award for best beard today, I think, doesn't he?
He does, yep.
All right. Well, that's very cool. And by the way, tell me about your truck as well.
So it's a 1964 International Travelette. It's a crew cab, 4-wheel drive. I'm the second owner. We found it in a barn in Sandy and it had been parked in 1999.
Wow.
And we brought it back to life, and I've had it for about 3 years now, and put a gajillion miles on it since, and it's just been a great old truck.
So, Tom, what are you looking for back there?
I'm looking for a square drive socket, like this one maybe. But I'm missing one, and that's probably the one I want.
So it must be busy somewhere.
Yes,
Okay.
it's busy somewhere.
Hey there, ladies. It looks like you're in one of the really important places today. The stand where we got some brewskis and a little refreshment. Can you tell me your names?
Hi, I'm Janet Prater.
And
I'm Cindy Jensen.
are both of you in the club?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay. But you're associated with the club in some way.
We are volunteering and getting into it right now. Yeah.
Well, that's super. Thanks for being here today.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't do that. I'm done.
Hey, I saw your beautiful Jeep here, and it's so beautifully restored. Can you tell me your name?
My name's Matt Learson.
Hi,
and,
Matt.
And hi to Tom, Uncle
Yeah.
Tom.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. This thing is just gorgeous. It's a 1953
53.
Willys.
It's the last year of the flat fender.
Okay. And you got the engine restored, you said?
Yep. All everything full
Wow.
restoration. Vaughn drag saw.
Wow. 1915, did you say?
Yes.
That is so cool. And what's your name?
Mike.
All right. All right. Hey, this is a great looking tractor. I didn't ever see one of those in a showroom. Can you tell me your name and something about it?
My name's Dave Campbell. I'm from Madras. That's Campbell is in Campbell Soup.
Yeah, all right.
Well,
they believe were made in Central Oregon. In fact, they think they were made in the Madras area.
Really?
And they're
Wow.
a CCIWB, and they believe I have the only 7 that still exist.
Wow.
And that CCIWB, they found out, stands for Campbell Creek Iron Works and Brewery. And they were all built back in the last century.
Wow.
And every now and then I find another one.
That's fantastic.
And this is a Get Her Done garden tractor. Is what they're called. That was their logo.
Oh, it is.
And they put a headlight on there. And with that, by golly, if you bought one of these, you'd get your gardening done.
I believe it.
You'd get her done.
You probably said at the beginning, but about what year would that have been?
Well, we really don't know for sure, but back in the last century.
Oh, okay.
But iron wheels and 4 horsepower 2-stroke engines. And they get around pretty good, and it'll pull a section of harrow in plowed ground.
Wow, that is
That's
really
about
cool.
a 4-foot harrow.
And how many gears forward and one back
it's
or
got
something?
3 forward and 1 reverse, and it's also got a pulley over there so you can run equipment off of it.
Okay, a little power takeoff kind of thing.
Power takeoff, yep.
That's very cool. Thanks so much for sharing that.
You better warm up a little bit.
So, Mike, can you tell me about this guy here? This is something you put together or found in a ditch somewhere? Or what is it?
Yeah, this is Lockling Creek Ironworks and Brewery. There's only 3 of these known to exist.
Wow.
Hilton Bend, Oregon. This is the Campbell Creek Ironworks and Brewery. I think there's a dozen of those. They were a much cheaper model, so there's more of them.
Yeah, he was saying that's kind of a garden tractor thing.
Yeah.
But this looks like a little more heavy-duty
It's a
unit.
medium tillage, yes.
Okay. About what year would this have been?
Oh, probably around 1913.
And did that actually had a light on it, a running light, or is that just for look?
Well, that's so when you get to the barn at night, you can get to the house at night when you're leaving the barn, you know.
You don't trip over a cow or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you have to restore this yourself, or?
Oh, no, it's just a old rusty tractor.
But you got it running.
Yeah, the engine and everything was stuck.
Okay, that's. What do you got here, Tommy?
Well, this was called an Agricat. Somebody's highly modified the top, and it's got too big of an engine. But it's rough riding son of a gun. My gosh.
It's got a big engine swap in it.
Yep. It's homemade, kind of. But the undercarriage is all Agricat.
Okay, Tom, I'm really interested in this old motorcycle. Be interested to hear a bit about it. Where did it come from? How long you had it, and what have you done with it?
A fella stopped by my shop one day from Burns and said, "You need to buy this." And it was all in pieces. I mean, complete pieces. The cylinder was not a part of the crankcase. The rod had been cut off with a hacksaw because the piston was frozen in the cylinder, and that's the only way you could get it apart, was to cut off the rod.
Wow.
But anyway, there was a outfit in California, of course, that sold lots of the new stocks and replaced stock stuff. And we got it all back together again, and Mike Lake, who's here today, helps me with the steam engine. He did the final assembly of the engine and putting it in the chassis, and Pete Fisher bent the frame and got it to work for trials, changed all that. I laced up the wheels, tires.
Wow.
But it's a very successful vintage trials bike now.
Well, you've got some prizes here or some kind of awards.
Yeah, that's what you get. You just get a little thing like that. But the problem with this is I'm the only bike in the class, so all I have to do is show up.
So you do win occasionally.
Yes, yes.
Now, what about this bike?
This is made in England. It's called the Greaves, Greeves, and it was mainly a cross-country motorcycle, especially with that style of a front end.
Oh.
Because that heavier type front end was
Sure.
real good for stability, hitting things at speed and staying stable. It wasn't that good in the woods, but the guy bought it to ride in the woods.
Yeah.
And he bought this at the same time I bought a BSA out of England, and so we were in the same club, the Lobos, and we rode at the same events. We never rode together, but we were at the same events together.
What year of bike would
67.
that? Oh, it is. Okay.
67.
Does it still run?
Some of it would, but it hasn't run for years
Yeah,
and years.
it's
Some of
rusting.
the interesting things
Uh-huh.
are the fact that it's a single cylinder with 2 exhaust pipes.
Huh.
There's 2 exhaust pipes coming out that meet underneath and come out into one muffler.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that's unusual is most of these motorcycles are a tube frame
Uh-huh.
made of steel. This has a cast aluminum front piece bolted in.
Oh, interesting.
So that's really, really special and different.
You're gonna do it, Tom? I want to take those 2x4s and get out of here.
Hi there.
Hi,
Looks like you're getting ready to serve some food. Can you tell me your name?
my name is Ann Gum.
And how do you know Tom?
We used to ride motorcycles together many years ago.
Oh, fantastic. And you got quite the spread here, quite the setup. It looks
Yes.
like you're going to be cooking burgers or hot dogs.
Burgers and hot dogs.
Well, it's gotten to be lunchtime, and people are starting to enjoy some hamburgers and various different sides out here. That's always an important part of the Steamboat get-together. Jeff, tell me your full name.
Jeff Shark here.
Okay, and aren't you the official fireman or one of them?
One of them here.
You got your other helpers here? That's great. So it's taken a while to fire this thing up. What does it take? Hour or two to get her up hot?
Yeah, a good 2 hours because we're not in a hurry.
Okay.
Make it a lot easier, less stress on the boiler.
Oh, cool. And fire this thing up today. What's your name?
My name is David Ford.
And where are you from?
I'm from Aurora.
Making a poker of some kind there?
Yeah, for the boiler.
Okay. Well, you're being creative.
Yeah. I seem to recall this thing was used at least once. I've been looking at it when they moved it from one side to the other.
Tom, here we are, 2022, September 24th.
Yep.
What's going on with the big Murray here, Murray Corliss?
She's kind of running really good right now. Kind of a quick description. The governor.
Uh-huh.
This is steam right here, and this is exhaust.
Okay.
Those right there are entering steam on each side of the piston to blow it both ways.
Uh-huh.
These are dash pots. that allow the valves to close nice and smooth without crashing down.
Yeah, very cool.
There's your what powers the governor.
Okay.
Right there, the pulley.
Uh-huh.
Goes in and up.
And what is this, like a 14-foot flywheel here? Do I remember?
14 foot.
Okay. And where did this thing come from? Where'd you find
It
it?
came from Mitchell. It was in the Bridge Creek sawmill in Mitchell.
Okay, and it was running a generator, is that right?
A great big generator.
So tell me what's going on this side.
Well, here you've got the steam coming in down into the separator.
Uh-huh.
It separates the good steam from the wet steam. The wet steam fills up and then comes over this pipe and down in and then gets pumped back in the boiler.
Okay.
These are the valve covers, your 2 steam valves and 2 exhaust valves.
Uh-huh.
These are blow-offs in case water got in there, water won't compress, so it'll blow by the spring in there and shoot
Okay.
out rather than break the head.
Yeah.
Here's your, what they call the cross head.
Uh-huh.
And that's the piston shaft going into the cylinder.
Right.
The piston's only about that thick.
Wow.
Like an automotive piston, so it blows
Right.
on both sides.
Yeah. So about how many horsepower would something like this be?
300.
Okay.
150 pounds of steel. We only run 40 pounds. We haven't even got to 40 pounds today.
Okay.
This is the connecting rod, and you can tell because of its not all rusted up, it's made of some special alloy. This piece here lubricates the big end.
Oh, yeah.
Oil
Okay.
gets dripped into this trough by a brass drip oiler that I don't have on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the oil goes down in and across and down the shaft out to the big end to
Cool.
keep it lubricated.
Yeah. That is amazing. Now you said something about the steam going, the water going back over here to your boiler. What was that about?
Yeah, the condensed water in this big tower, when it fills up with water,
Uh-huh.
you take it down across, down, and drop it in here.
Okay.
And when we need water back in the boiler,
Mm-hmm.
it comes out through this pipe,
Okay.
goes over to that steam pump,
Oh, okay.
and
So
pumps it
that
back in.
that little thing down there with the steam pump is not running right now. I saw it earlier.
Did you get a picture of it running earlier?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And so that pumps it back into the.
And that pushes it right back in, back into the boiler.
Okay. Well, I'm understanding a little bit more of it, but that's not a whole lot. But thanks. That's
This end is the water pump here,
Mhm.
and this is the steam engine here.
okay.
And so it'll take and run it, force it to go right up.
Okay. Ah, there it goes. All right. That is
Sounds
so-
like a locomotive pulling a grade.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it does like a 2-piston. Oh, I see. Love it. You didn't have that when you first cranked this thing up, did you?
No.
That's a nice addition.
That's